You know, I want to say this thing. Um, as a man, bro, do any and everything you want to do as a single as a single man, as an individual man, as an independent man. Do everything you want to do. Do everything as an individual first. And this is just me paying it forward, understanding it now rather than, when I was single, alone, like by myself, a bachelor. Don't commit to any anything contractual with a woman. Don't commit to anything. Don't sign off on anything until you've lived some of your life. Like until you've got your own apartment, got a car, made some money, saved some money, uh enjoyed different women, enjoyed different experiences, good and bad. Um don't commit to anything because you're going you're going to get in these relationships and sometimes, maybe not all the time, but sometimes it's going to feel like something is missing. You're going to feel incomplete. You're going to feel like you're missing something. Like I said, it's just going to feel like something's missing because you may have not like experienced everything that you probably would have wanted to experience, but because you maybe did everything backwards, uh you rushed into things. Cause like even for me, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking and I'm like, yo, I really, some people be like, man, I ain't going my prime. Like, I missed my prime. I wish I would have went on my prime, or I wish I would have went to college. Like I wish I would have got that campus, that college campus, living on campus experience. I wish I would have went on prom. And that's how I can like explain it. Like, while being in a relationship for so long and creating a family and playing house and doing all of that shit, you know what I mean? That it look good on TV, it look good in the movies and shit like that. And you inspired to want to do it. What I didn't know, what I didn't understand was like it wasn't no rush though. Like that didn't have to happen. It didn't need to happen. You know what I'm saying? When it did, I could have took my time because that's still like a sense of regret. It could turn into resentment uh towards whoever the person you with, you know what I mean? Um Not that it's their fault, but you just might feel like resentment. You might feel like regret the relationship or the person you with. But I feel like I missed my prime. I feel like I missed that college experience, you know what I mean? Being in a relationship so early at 20, 19, 20, well 20, and being in a committed relationship and not allowing myself to be a man first, like a man. And what I mean by that is like being a man on my own, paying my own bills, uh having my own place, um and everything else, uh that you're supposed to do as an individual. You know what I'm saying? See, with me, as soon as I stepped into adulthood and the shit shifted for me and things got real and life became life became real life, I was paired up. I was with a partner. I had merged. I collabed with somebody. And, you know, my first place was with somebody. You know, my first car was while with somebody. I mean, I paid for it initially. It was mine. It was in my name and everything while paying it off. But I didn't come into a relationship. I didn't come into a situation with these experiences already. You know what I'm saying? Of paying bills or having a car already. Like, every grown-up experience that I went through, that I experienced, was with somebody else. And even that, like being in a relationship with somebody, it can handicap you, it can hinder you from maybe some of the things or some of the slack that they may have picked up, you know, for you. Whereas if you was by yourself, you wouldn't have had that. You would have had to face these things and experience these things, the good and the bad, you know, the high and the low. But I just feel like certain experiences should be experienced individually, and just for the greater good of your experience moving forward. When you want to pair up, when you want to merge, it's so important, bro, to find you, you know, in this world first. Figure out who you are. You know, like I said, your likes, your dislikes. Build your character. Those things need to be done individually. You know what I mean? Like, I think too, like, that's why a lot of infidelity, that's why a lot of people are running into those issues of being cheated on or cheating on people and not knowing how to be or not knowing where to be, not knowing how to fit into a relationship. You know, lack of communication. A lot of people don't know who they are. Like they don't know who they are by themselves. You know what I mean? So when they get in relationships, I think like they lose themselves even more. They lose more of their identity in relationships. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why we see a lot of infidelity, a lot of cheating and shit. A lot of people just ain't happy, or just they confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it ain't no rush, man. And I wish I didn't, you know, rush. I noticed that about myself. Like, all of the big lifelong decisions and things like that, like, I played around with them. I rushed them. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have as much importance to me that they probably should have had. But I think about that shit sometimes, like, damn, bro, like, I missed my whole wave, I missed that whole experience of like being a man or growing into a man. You know what I'm saying? Going through those experiences, and it could have been for some other shit. You know what I mean? Fear, whatever. But yeah, man, if you thinking about committing to a relationship and you haven't lived yet for yourself, by yourself, experienced life for yourself, by yourself, don't do it. You're gonna regret it, and it can lead to other shit. But you're gonna feel like you're missing out on some shit. You're gonna feel like you missed some shit. Like, even me, not even really speaking to the fun part, but just I wish I would have vetted myself. I wish I would have seasoned myself a little bit better before getting into a relationship, before committing, you know what I mean, to a relationship. Maybe had a little bit more fun, been a little bit more single, you know what I'm saying? Had my own place to see what that's like, to experience that. You know what I mean? My first place was with a woman, and we got our place together, and uh you know what I'm saying? Like, certain experiences, like I said, paying bills, coming into a situation already having some experience with life. Everybody be so in a rush to pair up and get with people and be in a relationship, and for all of the wrong reasons, for all of the wrong benefits and all of that. And fuck that. Tighten yourself up first. You know what I mean? Work on yourself. You know what I mean? Figure that part out first. That's like the most important thing. Like I said, that's why people getting cheated on. That's why people not happy in these relationships, because they're not happy with who they are. You didn't have a voice before the relationship, so you definitely not going to be able to find your voice in a relationship. You didn't really love you before the relationship, so how can you love somebody else? You never had certain experiences on your own. You know what I mean? So when you get with somebody else and you know y'all sharing these experiences, you may not know how to respond, or you may feel like whatever, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I think it's very important to go through life, you know, on your own first. You know what I mean? Get certain experiences before merging with a woman, having kids, and creating a family. You know, you're gonna feel like you gonna feel like you missed some shit. And that's why you see a lot of guys, they be having midlife crises and shit. They be going through different things, you know, as they get older. And that might stem from them not squeezing the juice out of their experience as single men, you know, as individuals, them not getting as much as they could get out of that experience before getting with a woman and getting married and having kids and all of that kind of shit. And sometimes, like I said, I don't resent or regret. Thank goodness, you know what I mean, that I don't regret or resent any of that, my kids or the woman I had them with. But I do feel like I missed my prime. I do feel like I missed that experience, that college experience. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of rushing. You know what I mean? Rushing. And I ain't had no reason to rush. You know what I mean? But just feeling like I need to be in a relationship. I want to be in a relationship. That's the thing to do, you know? But yeah, man, that shit, yeah. Like, it's tricky, bro. Like,